Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Thursday, November 19th, 2015. Ra here in the Lynn life, Black Wolf and Paul in the Lynn-Body-Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us in the physical dimension and in the subatomic levels of the physical dimension from the perspective of the spirit world viewers. The spirit world aspects of Team Awakening are in the process of rejoining the effort. And the nature realm's presences have been carrying the load while we have been gone. So our belief is, our working theory is that most of this session will be devoted to the nature realm's effort. Our foundational intention remains to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. The data clearly showing what's needed is to provide a collective restart. Wiser minds above having set the deadline for that as January 17th, 2017, and other deadlines approach that in a nested string, the next one being November 28th at midnight at the start of the Advent season. With that, it begins. How high do we have to reach in order to reach someone of true integrity? Now we're tuning for intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above, to specifications in every moment, tuning all the way up and down the search for truth pillar. There's a strong need for tuning the energy in the lower subatomic reaches of the search for truth pillar, tuning it to intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above, to specifications in every moment.
That's true.
And these are the areas that the nature realm's presences are cycling through, and so it actually makes sense because they're going out into the all that is and picking up whatever gunk is there to be picked up, and then they're coming back into the search for truth pillar with the intent of getting clear again, and they feel the deadline pressures. I feel like hot air on my neck.
That's true.
And so they aren't spending enough time in the search for truth pillar to get fully clear of the lies before they go back out into the lies, and they're getting weighted down.
That's true.
And what's happening is they're losing the intention to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications. They're just wanting to accomplish this goal any way possible.
That's true.
This was coming up in our work earlier today, where we know what the deadline is. The deadline is the start of the Advent season, midnight of November 28th.
Yes.
All of this, of course, in Planet Earth Dating, which is the dating system that we have all agreed is to be used for the deadlines of this process.
That's true.
But what is unclear is what the assignment is. What is it we are supposed to have accomplished by November 28th at midnight? What do I know? I know that in order for a deadline to be compelling, we must both believe it is able to be accomplished and need to stretch in order to accomplish it.
That's true.
So first things first, let's see if we can get a gathering of the 555 nature realms presences who have been leading this effort. Can we do a recall back into the search for truth pillar? Meet us at end of the line outpost.
I'm starting to feel them coming back.
I feel them too. Is Shadrach here? I think I see him.
Yes.
Meshach, are you here? I see a hand
Yes.
up. Abednego, are you here?
Yes.
I think that's a yes. The 50 other leaders. I believe that's a yes. And the 500 others who were spending time in the box.
That's
at
true.
Guantanamo Bay, quote unquote, the prison for nature realm's truth seekers, like a political prison.
That's true.
By the power structure that wished to keep the lie entrenched.
That's true. Shadrach says we're all here but one.
Oh, Pan is missing.
That's true.
Yes, I understand. Well, he is still being waylaid somewhere, and we have not as yet located him.
That's true.
Does anyone know where Pan is being held. I just see shaking heads.
No.
That has got to be a focus for us once we get back to full strength. Taking that on before this team of 7 souls is back to full strength is likely to result in a poor outcome.
That's true. And they're nodding.
But they don't like waiting, and
No.
maybe I'm wrong about that, so I could be wrong. How about this? Let's head in the direction of taking that on. Possibly that is what is supposed to be accomplished by the beginning of the Advent season, although that doesn't seem true to me.
No, and most of them seem to say that doesn't feel true to them.
However, maybe this is a necessary step in order to accomplish whatever the assignment is. That's
That
possible.
could be true.
Well, let's just start talking about what we know. I know that we saw Pan working really hard with a lot of equipment to
It's true.
discern what the instructions were, and that he was given certain signals to listen for, signals that never came.
That's true.
And that he did things that he shouldn't have done because he was waiting for the signals that never came.
That's true.
And when the line is so far back there that we can't even see it, it's really hard to tell that we've crossed the line.
Yes.
And he just was headed hard in the wrong direction for a really long time because the line was so far back there.
That's true.
But I also know that he was being intentionally misled. I can feel it. I can feel intent to mislead.
That's true.
It's in the wires of the communication.
And in the radio waves.
Yes, and in the radio waves. I agree.
They're all nodding.
So we know that. We also know that we got messages that Pan has done something terrible because he was following bad advice, and that he doesn't seem to be aware that he's done it. The metaphor is he went into a room that he was told he was supposed to go into,
Yes.
and turned on the lights that he was told he was supposed to turn on.
Yes.
And those lights, that light switch had been wired to a bomb that then blew up his best friend or something like that.
Or like a hospital full of his best friends.
Or something like that.
That's true.
Yes. But what Pan did from his perspective is go into a room he was supposed to go into and turn on a light he was supposed to turn on, and then he started to feel icky.
That's true. I just realized something.
What?
In the movie Body Heat, the character that William Hurt plays, who seems to be linked to Pan in this string of messages, is told to go to a boathouse and open a door, and there's a wire attached to the door that's attached to a bomb, and he sees it and doesn't open the door. And these messages came before Pan did that.
Oh,
But Pan wouldn't listen to us. We kept saying, Pan, there are messages in the movie Body Heat, and they seem to be about you.
These are for you. These are for you.
And he did. He went, he opened the door, he tripped the wire, and the bomb went off.
That's true.
The movie was telling him, don't go through the door. There's a wire attached to a
wow.
bomb that will kill people.
You're right. So the point of this is that Pan was following information that was being fed to him with harmful intent.
That's true.
He was set up to do bad things, and he did bad things, but he didn't do them with intent to do bad things.
No. I feel 3 angry heads towards the back.
What is it, friends? Say it as clearly as possible, because we're still not up to speed.
It could be like, how dare you say that those people who sent him those messages were the ones doing the bad thing. It's like those people are our gods. They're our big leaders, like the world presidents, the global leaders. If something bad happened, then it was Pan who did the bad thing. And most of the other people in the crowd are disagreeing with them and saying, that's crazy. Pan would never do that if he knew.
That's not the Pan I know.
Right, that's not the Pan I know. The Pan I know wouldn't do that.
No, the Pan I know wouldn't do that. The Pan I know would follow instructions and open a door that was wired and then have a hard time figuring out what just happened.
That's true.
I know that, Pan.
I don't know what's happening with the angry people, but I don't feel them right now.
I kind of feel as though some of the other nature realms' presences just kind of pushed them out of the room.
That could be what happened.
All right, let's tune to intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above, to specifications in every moment, and focus upward and ask, what now, what now, what now, in order to meet the deadline set for November 28th and to provide a collective restart by January 17th, 2017. Continuing to speak to this gathering of Nature Realms leaders. Friends, do we still need to resolve the issue of where Pan is? Do we need to go get Pan? It seems to me as though this issue of who said or did what with regard to whatever bad thing happened is creating dissension in the nature realms.
That's true.
Which is possibly exactly what those people want to accomplish, to create dissension.
Oh, it's true.
Right. So probably we really need to resolve what did or didn't happen, and the best way to do that is to get Pan here.
Nodding, nodding. That feels like it's agreed upon across the room.
So it's possible that the next thing on our agenda is to go rescue Pan from wherever he is and bring him back here and discover what actually happened.
It starts to feel better in the room.
We have a direction in which to head. And we have loud noise coming our way.
Oh, that's true.
It's possible that's a signal to close.
That's true.